everyone, Agent Fluffy here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, Trials and Tribulations, The Stolen Turnabout, Part 8. Now, let's continue on and go to, basically, the investigation. October 13th, 3:02 p.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices.
You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again.
Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred.
No way, Jose! I don't buy it! But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself, at least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick.
Well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder?
I think I'm going to head back to Korean Village for a little while. That's alright.
Sure, but why?
I'm going to bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness.
Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. Sacred urn given to Pearls.
Now remember, no fighting, okay?
She's gone.
Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation.
So, what do we do now?
Isn't it obvious? We should get out there and investigate the murder.
Well, first, we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located.
Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles.
Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you?
I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy.
Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Mr. Delight.
Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center, too.
You must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, huh?
You bet. But there's something a little different about it.
Huh?
Don't hum me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Ami, like it always used to.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Plus, the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before.
Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Ami's name into I am. And that repairer was one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it.
Isn't it possible the urn is a fake?
I'm sure Pearls will find out about that once she gets back to Crime Village.
Yeah, I suppose.
Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Crime Village in a long time. So, I guess people still go to Crime Village to do their training, right?
Yep. If you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training.
So why haven't you been training lately, Maya?
Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that.
The channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is.
If you're going to train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen.
Is what happened last year still bothering you?
Mm-hmm.
That murder in her village. It happened because the power of channeling was misused.
When a medium uses the crying technique, she temporarily loses her own will.
So, when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder. It wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you?
I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up. That's all.
Sounds like being the master for Ryan is going to be a heavy responsibility. Well, it definitely is. We need to go to the mass hideout first. October 13th, mass to mass hideout. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya! Miss Delight. All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting this case.
Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up.
Hey, Nicky boy, please! Please help Ronnie! He's not a killer, I swear! My Ronnie would never hurt a fly! My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly! Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy! I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anyone. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. I had no idea Miss Delight is such a vulnerable side. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never, ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you had to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die!"
He would never say that.
Anyway,
Miss Delight, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief.
I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Miss Delight, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in the fantasy world. What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief? Ha! The very idea. I guess I just don't get it.
Huh? Get what?
I just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple.
Yeah, they sure are different.
Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway.
What? For you?
I hate these kinds of people more than anything.
You mean ace detectives?
No, I'm fine with ace detectives.
Oh, so it must mean thieves?
No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men.
By the way, why did you go to Detective Abney's office anyway?
Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal.
The real criminal?
Yes, obviously the real Mathematic's not my Ronnie, right?
Yeah?
And Detective Abney knew more about Mathematic than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then, you went there to ask him some questions? That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His secretary said, the ace detective isn't in right now. But I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office of his a hideout. That bag was sitting right there on top of the table.
Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too.
There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else.
So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight?
Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life.
Saved your life?
I was at work one day when two robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl into a little ball in a corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation.
Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you?
Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those two knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. "Please stop it!" he screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. All by himself. He came to save me, a total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me.
Wow, that's a great story.
Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess. Oh.
Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage.
With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future.
Miss Delight, do you know about KB Security?
Don't be silly. Of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today... Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore.
It looks like Miss Delight doesn't know.
KB Security is only about 20 minutes away. By motorcycle, that is. Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit, I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. To make it to KB Security that fast, are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? No, I'll pass, thanks. But why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves?
What a scaredy cat you are, Nick.
Miss Delight told us the location of KB Security.
Okay, let's over there right away, Nick.
Let's go move over to the CEO's office. October 13th, KB Security CEO's office. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh?
The walls in here look thick, just like you expect in the CEO's office.
What has that got to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys! Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh?
Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made real fools out of us.
Yeah, I feel for you.
Wow, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like, "Oh, that was great. You guys got what you deserve, pal." Ho 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 ho. Or something to that effect.
Do I really sound like that to you, pal?
If the gumshoe fits?
Well, anyway. The point is, I can tell when someone puts their heart into their jobs. And I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel like Ron is the only way things go for us detectives.
Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy.
Now, if this little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating. Let's examine the body.
This rope. You think it fell out of the safe when it opened?
I don't think so.
So, you mean...
Yeah, I think the string shows where and how the corpse is lying.
You mean the victim? He was killed by being crushed by the safe door?
She can't be serious, can she?
Wow, the safe is unbelievable.
I bet 4 pearls would fit in there.
And it's got a bunch of doohickeys attached to it.
It's pretty amazing, all right. Motion sensors, heat sensors, weight sensors.
Hey, Nick, come on. Let's open it and take a look.
If I broke into one of these, wouldn't that set me down the path to Hoodlumville? I mean, Phoenix got a point right there. This must be the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I would have thought.
Hey, that looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it out, just for a second. Oh, nice. I feel just like a CEO. Hey, you. Let me have a cup of some really expensive import tea and some scones. Move it. This is life.
The victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know.
Oh, there's a button here. Let's see.
Oh. Hey, go it out. Don't press that.
That was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that.
What is that button anyway? It's an emergency buzzer. It says right here on the panel.
Oops, you're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first?
There's a lodge connected to the basement guard room. Seems to summon security up here. Really? Then it's possible on the night of the crime.
Ooh, so when the CEO was attacked, do you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer?
Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. But they said that the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints in the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know. I think we better go and talk to that guard about this emergency buzzer. Let's see here. These look like some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid.
I can't go in between these two shelves.
Don't strain yourself trying. Looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel.
So I guess it's one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of files.
Yeah, files filled with data about security jobs they were hired to handle.
It'd be a good night's reading. You got insomnia.
Like I do.
I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting. Like UFOs or something. Wow, look at that huge framed photo.
Tall mountains rising majestically against a dark, cloudy sky. Tall mountains rising majestically against a dark and cloudy sky.
There's a title written in the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise in my life. This is it? This was his best sunrise?
Either this guy didn't get out enough, or he has really rotten luck with the weather.
Maybe if he had lived a little longer, he would have seen some better days.
Ouch. Check out this big, thick binder here.
Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick.
Reading the file isn't exactly backbreaking work, just a little harder on the eyes.
Ah!
What did you find out, Nick? This file, it's not any sort of security operations or anything. This huge file is all about Master Mask. It's filled with info on him.
What?
What kind of info? It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods in the crime scenes.
Hey, Nick, look at the last page.
It's a list. Let's see. Tear of Emanon, $100,000. This looks like a list of all the treasures that Master Mask stole.
So then $100,000 is the value of the stolen item?
I don't know. That number sounds kind of low to me. I think I better secretly make a copy of this list. Kane's list. Edit the court record. I think we got about pretty much everything to investigate here. Now, I think I'll end this part off, and then in the next part, we're going to go to the detention center and talk with Mr. Delight. So, this has been Agent Fluffy, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Hey everyone, Agent Fluffy here, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to support me even more, feel free to support my Patreon. The links are right here.